Binary arithmetic includes the basic arithmetic operation of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The following section present the rules that apply to this operation when they are performed on binary numbers. So, binary addition is performed on the same way as addition in the decimal system, and is in fact much easier to master. Binary addition obeys the following four basic rules. 0 plus 0 is equals to 0, 0 plus 1 is equals to 1, 1 plus 0 is equals to 1, and 1 plus 1 is equals to 10. In addition, 1 plus 0 is equals to 1, and 1 plus 1 is equals to 10, so we will just 1 and 0. So the answer is 101. So in the second example, 1 plus 0 is equals to 1, 0 plus 1 is equals to 1, and then we put the decimal point. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1, and 1 plus 1 is equals to 10, so the answer is 101.11. Subtracting binary number. Binary subtraction is just as simple as addition. Subtraction of one bit from another. Obey the following four basic rules. 0 minus 0 is equals to 0, 1 minus 1 is equals to 0, 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, and 10 minus 1 is equals to 1 with a transfer borrow of 1. So now in subtraction, 1 minus 1 is equals to 0, and 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, so the answer is 10. So in the second example, we have a decimal. So 0 minus 0 is equals to 0, then we'll put the decimal point, and 0 minus 1 is cannot be, so we'll borrow here. This will be 0 and this will be 10. So 10 minus 1 is equals to 1, and then 0 bring down 0. So the answer is 01.1. 01.0. Multiplying binary numbers. Binary multiplication is performed in the same manner as decimal multiplication. It is much easier since there are only two possible results of multiplying two bits. The binary multiplication obeys the four basic rules. 0 times 0 is equals to 0, 0 times 1 is equals to 0, 1 times 0 is equals to 0, and 1 times 1 is equals to 1. We move on to multiplication. Now, 0 times 0 is equals to 0, 0 times 0 is equal to 0, and 0 times 1 is equals to 0. And 1 times 0 is equals to 0, 1 times 0 is equals to 0, and 1 times 1 is equals to 1. So, after that, we will add 0, bring down 0, 0 plus 0 is equals to 0, 0 plus 0 is equals to 0, and 1 bring down 1. So, the answer is 1000. So, on the second example, 1 times 1 is equals to 1, 1 times 1 is equals to 1, 1 times 0 is equals to 0, and then 1 times 1 is equals to 1. We'll put the decimal points on the second line here. So 1 times 1 is equals to 1, 1 times 1 is equals to 1, 1 times 0 is equals to 0, and 1 times 1 is equals to 1. Then we will add 1, bring down 1 here, and 1 plus 1 is equals to 10, so we'll 0, put 1 here, and then 1 plus 1 is equals to 10 again, so it's 0, we'll put 1 here, 1, 0, we'll put 1 here, and then 1, 0. So our answer is 1000.01. Division in the binary number system employs the same procedure as division in the decimal system, as will be seen in the following example. The final, so we have 11, 110 divided by 11. So first we will, 11, 110 is greater than 11, so that's 1. 1 times 11 is equals to 11, so 11 minus 11 is equals to 0, and then we'll bring down 0. 0 times 11 is equals to 0. Then 0 times 11 is equals to 0, so remainder 0. Our answer is 10. So for the second example, we have a decimal here. 101, oh, this wrong. This is 0 and 0. Okay. 101 is greater than 11, so that's 1. And then we'll put the decimal point. 1 times 11 is equals to 11. And then we will subtract to be 0 and 1. Then bring down 0. 100 is greater than 11, so 1. 1 times 11 is equals to 11. 11. And then after that, we will subtract again. The answer is 1. So 1 is the remainder, so it will be 0. Because 1 is less than 11, it will be 0. So the answer is 1.10.
So let's talk about the decimal number system arithmetic. So in decimal number system is represented by using 10 digits. Its base is 10. Numbers written without base are used by default decimal numbers. So I would like to solve to show how to add two numbers in decimal number system. So we have an example here. So let's solve for number 1. So we have 89 plus 17. So first we must add the first column, which is 9 and 7. So by adding 9 and 7, it gives us 16. So we cannot put 16 here because it cannot exceeded by 10. So we must put 1 here, then 6 here. So next is 1 plus 8 plus 1 is it's 10. It gives us 10, base 10. So we have a 106 base 10. So let's proceed that the adding two numbers that involves or contains a fraction. So first, we must add 4 by 8, that it gives us 12. We cannot put here 12 because it exceeded by 10. So we must put the 1 here, 2 here. So as you can see here, the decimal point is aligned. So we must put the decimal point remain here. So next, 1 plus 6, 7 plus 9, it gives us 16. So we can put 16 here, put 1 here, then 6 here. Okay, next one, 1 plus 3, 4 plus 8, 12. So we have a 106.2 base 10. So let's proceed to the subtraction. So the subtraction in decimal number system. So we have here the first example by subtracting two numbers in decimal number system, that 73 minus the 16. So first we need to here first we need to borrow from 7 by 1. We need to borrow 1 from 7. That makes cross out, then it makes 6, then it makes 10 here. So 10 plus 3, it gives us a 13. So 13 minus 6, it gives us a 7. Then 6 minus 1 is 5. Base 10. So we have 56. We have 57 base 10. So let's proceed that decimal number system subtracting two numbers that contains a decimal point or fraction. So first we here 54.6 54.6 minus the 16.8. So first here we can subtract 6 by 8, but so we need to do a borrowing. We need to borrow from 4. We need to borrow 1 from 4, that it makes it 3. Then it makes here 10 because it is a base 10. 10. So So 10 plus 6, it gives us a 16. So 16 minus 8 is 8. So the decimal point is aligned. So the decimal point must be remain. So second column, 3 minus 6, it cannot be, so we must borrow 1 from 5, then it makes 4, then we have 10. So 10 plus 3, we have a 13. So 13 minus 6, it gives us a 7. So 4 minus 1, 3. So we have 37.8 base 10. 37.8 base 10. So let's proceed in multiplication in decimal number system. So we have an example here. So here 38 times 12. So first thing we need to do is multiply 2 by 8 and 2 by 3 firstly. So first we need to multiply 8 by 2. It gives us a 16. So 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. It's just like a basic operation. So next, multiply 1 by 8 and 1 by 3. So first we need to add here 0, then 1 times 8, 8, then 1 times 3, it gives us 3. So add these two numbers. So we have 6, we have a 15, and then 4. So we have a 456 base 10. So let's proceed to the numbers. Multiplying two numbers in decimal number that contains a decimal point or fraction. So first we need to multiply 3 by 5 by 3, 5 by 3, and 5 by 4 firstly. So first we need to multiply 5 by 3. It gives us a 15, then 5 multiplied by 3, 15, then plus 1, 16. Then multiply 5 by 4, it gives us a 20, plus 1, it gives us a 21. So 21. So we have a 2165 here. So next, we must multiply 8 by 3. It gives us a 24. So first, we must put the 0 here before we multiply 8 by 3. So 8 times 3, it gives a 24. So secondly, 8 times 3, it gives us a 24 also, plus 2, 26. So next, 8 multiplied by 4, it gives us a 32, plus 2, it gives us a 34. So we have 5, 10, 1 plus 1 plus 6, 8, then 2 plus 4, 6, then 3, base 10. So as you can see here, it has a decimal point of fraction. So from the first number, it has only one decimal number to the right. Same also in the second number. So in the first number, it has one decimal number to the right, same as also in to the second number. So we have 1, 2. So we must move from here 1, 2 to here. So we have a 368.05 base 10 in multiplication in decimal number system. So let's proceed to the division in decimal number system. So first we have a 934 base 10 divided by 8 base 10. So first we must put the dividend inside here, like 934 divided by 8. So firstly we must divide 9 by 8. It gives us a 1. So 1 times 8 gives us a 8. Then subtract it. So 9 minus 8, it gives us a 1. So so as you can see here, the dividend is greater than the divisor. So we must bring down the 3 here. So that makes the dividend greater than the divisor. So 13 divided by 8, it gives us a 1 also. Then 1 times 8, 8. So 13 minus 8 gives us a 5. So the dividend is greater than the divisor. So we must bring down also the 4 here. So it gives us a 54 divided by 8. It gives us 6. So 6 times 8, it gives us a 48. So subtract this two number, 54 minus the 48, it gives us a 6. So the dividend is greater than the divisor. So we must put 0 here, then point here, and also to the quotient. So bring down the 0. So 60 divided by 8, it gives us a 7. So 7 times 8, it gives us a 56. So minus the 60 by 56 gives us a 40. So 40 divided by 8, it gives us a 5. So 5 times 8, 40. So subtract these two numbers, 0. So we stop in 0. So we have a 116.75 base 10. So let's proceed in dividing two numbers that has or contains a decimal point or fraction. So as you can see here, the divisor and the dividend has a decimal point. So we need to do that the divisor must be whole number. So you must move this point to the right at once, same as 12 in the dividend. 1 also move at once. So we have a 755.2 divided by 59, because we move the decimal point to the right at once from divisor and also in the dividend. So first we must divide the 75 by 59, so it gives us a 1. So 1 times 59, so we have a 59. So subtract 75 by 59, so it gives us a 16. So the dividend is greater than the divisor, so we must bring down here the 5 here. So we must divide the 165 divided by we must divide 165 divided by 59. It gives us a 2. So we must multiply 2 by 59. It gives us a 118. 118. So subtract these two numbers, 165 minus the 118, so it gives us a 47. So as you can see here, the dividend is greater than the divisor, so we must bring down here the 2. So we must put the point in the quotient here. So subtract the 4, so divide the 472, so we must divide the 472 by 59, so it gives us a 8. So multiply 8 by 59, it gives us a 472. So subtract it, these two numbers, it gives us 0. So we stop in 0. So we have the quotient, which is the 12.8 base 10 in division in decimal number system. So that's all, guys.